Good morning, class 11. This is your subject accountancy, chapter number 7, double entry system, lecture number 2. Dear students, in our last lecture, we have read about double entry system. What is double entry system? And its characteristics as well. So let's start this chapter with today's lecture. Characteristics, or you can say fundamental principles of double entry system. The double entry system is scientific, self-sufficient and reliable system of accounting. So, following are some widely accepted characteristics of principal account is kept under this system. Double entry system is that system in which one transaction is debited and another one is credited, but in different accounts. I told you yesterday. So, every transaction must have a twofold effect, and it affects accounts in the opposite direction. Means one account should be debited and another account should be credited. Fine. So the following are the characteristics of double entry system. See, two parties. Every transaction involves two parties, debit or credit. So according to the main principles of the system, every debit of some amount created corresponding credit, and every credit creates a corresponding debit for the same amount. I told you there should be two parties in every business transactions. So in other words, we can say every business transaction affects two accounts. We are studying it briefly because it is very important to know about the characteristics of double entry system or how double entry system works. Fine. So there are two parties, one should be debited and another one should be credited. They are saying every debit of some amount creates corresponding credit, and every credit creates a corresponding debit for the same amount. Next one is giver and receiver. Every transaction must have giver and receiver. One should be giver and another one should be receiver. So recording is made in the double entry system according to some specified rules. It does not mean that any account may be debited or any account may be credited. There should be certain rules in that which account should be debited and which one should be credited. Fine. So there should be giver, one party should be giver, another one should be receiver in double entry system. Fine. Exchange of equal amount. Beta, this is the rule of double entry system, that the amount of money of a transaction the party give is equal to the amount of party receive. They are saying if one party is giving the amount of money to another party, definitely the another party's account should be debited or credited, depends upon the transactions, but with the equal amount. Fine. So the amount of, whether suppose we can say that if we have received 10,000 from Shalini, this transaction affect two accounts, cash account and Shalini account. As cash account is receiving benefit, so cash account will be debited by 10,000 and Shalini account will be credited by 10,000. Means accounts are different but amount 10,000 is same. So there should be exchange of equal amount in both the accounts whatsoever are affected uh, according to the transactions. Fine. Next one is separate entity. There should be under the system the business is treated as separate entity from the owner. So here the business is considered as a separate entity. Means if I am the owner of the business and if I have invested some money in the business, if my partners are there, so there is the whole sole responsibility of the all partners to give me that money, to pay back to me that money that I have invested in the business. Fine. So I am the different entity and the business organization is different entity. Fine. So business is treated as a separate entity from the owner. Understood? So here the business is considered as separate entity. Next one, see dual aspect. Every transaction is divided into two aspects. The left side of transaction debit and the right side of transaction is credit. Fine. So there are two aspects of every transaction. One is debit, another one is credit. In any account, we have to write left side debit and right side credit. As I told you the format of account in the chapter accounting equation, so you can better understand now dual aspect. Every transaction is divided into two aspects. हर ट्रांजेक्शन दो पार्ट में डिवाइडेड है. लेफ्ट साइड जो है वो डेबिट साइड एंड राइट साइड इज कॉल्ड टू बी क्रेडिट साइड. फाइन. Results. Under double entry system, the totality of debit is equal to totality of credit. In it, ascertainment of result is easy. If debit side of one account is equal to the credit side of that account, so total of debit and credit is equal, so we can easily ascertain the results of that account. If the balance is there, definitely we have to cope up with that balance as well. As we will do the questions now, you will better understand. So in it, ascertainment of result is very easy when the amount of debit and credit are equal. Fine. Complete accounting system. Double entry system is a scientific and complete accounting system. Beta, it is scientific because it is working according to some rules. It works according to some rules. So the rule is every debit has a credit and every credit has a debit. So it works upon this system only. So double entry system seeks to record every transaction in money in double aspects. The receipt of a benefit of one account and the surrender of a like benefit by another account. Definitely the entry is to be passed. Fine. That's why I told you that one account should be debited and another account should be credited, but by the same amount, by the equal amount. So amount of every transaction is written twice. Once a debit and next one as a credit. So by understanding all this, you all must get to know about the working of double entry system. So what is the process of keeping accounts under double entry system? First of all, journal. Whenever any transaction is going on, at first the transactions are recorded in the primary books of accounting called journal. Whenever in a business the transaction goes on, fine, we have to record that transaction in a book. First of all, that book, fine, and that book is called journal. And the process of recording transactions in journal on the basis of rules of double entry system is called journalizing. Fine. So under journal, it records both debit and credit aspect of transaction based on double entry system. They are saying in journal we record the transaction according to double entry system. So both debit and credit aspect of the transactions are to be recorded. And in journal, each entry is accompanied by a brief explanation of the transaction. मीन्स जो भी एंट्री हम करते हैं उसकी एक्सप्लेनेशन देते हैं, जिसको हम नरेशन बोलते हैं. उस एंट्री के बाद हम ब्रैकेट में एक नरेशन देते हैं जिसमें लिखते हैं कि वो एंट्री किस बारे में है. फाइन. सपोज if we have purchased goods from Dinesh, तो entry will be purchases account debit to Dinesh. एंड हम नीचे ब्रैकेट में इसी के साथ ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे कि bought goods from Dinesh for 10,000. फाइन. सो कोई भी ट्रांजेक्शन, whatever the transaction is there in the business, it has to be recorded first of all in journal. एंड जर्नल एंट्री होती है, जर्नल बुक में एंट्रीज की जाती हैं. उन एंट्रीज को हमें ब्रीफली बताना होता है कि वो एंट्रीज किस बारे में है. दैट एंट्री वी हैव टू स्पेसिफिकली टेल. फाइन. यू अंडरस्टैंड विद दिस एग्जांपल. इफ we purchase goods from Dinesh, definitely the entry will be purchases account debit to Dinesh, and under it we will write in bracket purchase goods from Dinesh. That's it. Fine. When we will do journal, you will better understand. First of all, you have to make it understand to yourself what is journal. Now we have recorded the entries in journal. Second phase is ledger. In the second phase, the transactions are classified and recorded permanently in ledger in brief. Fine. Entries are to be recorded permanently in brief. Where ledger, that accounts are to be prepared under ledger. Fine. Next one is trial balance. In the third phase, when we have prepared journal, then we have to record that entry in ledger. Then trial balance. We have to prepare trial balance for that, in which the arithmetical accuracy of the account is verified through preparation of trial balance. We have to prepare trial balance because first of all we have to do entry in journal, then we have to record that entry in ledger in accounts, and then we will have the balance of accounts debit or credit. With that balance, we have to prepare trial balance to verify the preparation of the account. whether the accuracy of the account is verified or not. Fine. So we have to prepare trial balance for it so that we can get to know about the arithmetical accuracy of the account. Next one is financial statement. The final thing is financial statement. In the fourth or final stage, as you can see here, the financial statement, the result of all the financial activities of a year are determined. We have to prepare financial statement so that we can get to know about the financial activity of a year. Fine. So this was the procedure to handle double entry system. First of all, whenever any transaction is there, we have to prepare journal, record that entry in journal, then prepare ledger. You have to prepare account for that. Then trial balance, and last one is financial statement, so that we can get to know the arithmetical accuracy of financial statements as well, so that all the activities that are financially handled by a business of a year are to be determined. Fine.